All right, so I figured I'm a bit past due for a transition video or really talking about my life sort of through the process of EASing in the Marine Corps. A lot of people sort of find that period of their time very stressful and confusing almost. So I went through TRS online. It was a bunch of classes that were geared towards someone who joined the military right out of high school, around the age of 18, stayed in until they're about 22. They're not going to have any real world experience or have ever worked a real job, never made a resume, anything like that. So it was very stripped down, basic information, like wearing dress shoes to an interview and a button up shirt, things like that, that weren't actually helpful for me or where I was in my life at the time. But I did it because it was a requirement to get out, right? So after that, you get a lot of, nice way to say it is like the skeptical old time military guys where they're like, oh, why would you get out? Why don't you just stay in? Like, look at all these great benefits and the pay is stable and all the other positives on why you should stay forever. And they're not really helpful people. So they might try and act like they're being a friend or something, but yeah, they aren't really trying to help you out. They're just trying to convince one more person to stay in so that they don't lose connections and lose the network that they have set up. Now, uh, big issue that a lot of dudes have is just rephrasing and reapplying their skill set or what they actually know. So being able to take your military skills and put them on a resume in a way that you can actually describe to an employer how it's going to benefit them is something that no one's really going to help you out with much, and you're going to have to do some fumbling around. And in addition to that, figuring out what's next in your life doesn't necessarily mean figuring out what's final. Like, you might just find something that's filling a gap until you can do something else. Maybe you'll go to school using the GI Bill instead of transitioning into a job, and that's all right. But figuring out what's next doesn't mean figuring out like the end all be all of everything. And yeah, other than that, sorry, my kid's trying to grab my camera. The big thing is continuing to adapt to the situation as it unfolds and moving forward, uh, having progress, seeing life go the direction that you want it to go. So, for me, I completed my TRS. I got around all the people that were like, oh, you should just stay. You're halfway to retirement. How are you going to get medical benefits for your family? All that other nonsense that I'm like, I'll figure it out as I go. And I did. And then I was actually able to rewrite my resume in a way that geared me towards more being a creative problem solver and a logistician rather than just someone who can apply the rules and understand lethal force and things like that. Um, yeah, and the job I'm in now, it's probably gonna be a mid to long term thing. Like somewhere in the next 5 to 10 years, I'll probably be done with it and either be going to something else or sort of proxy retiring. It really depends on how some of my past investments are gonna go, but um, yeah, just keep pushing. If you yourself are transitioning and you need someone to talk to, let me know. I actually built an interesting network of people that can help out with anything that you can think of under the sun. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of me. If you found this useful in any way, or you think that something I might say could help one of your friends or something, hit that like button. And if there's anything that you want to know about the military or transitioning to civilian life, or really just something a dude who's about to turn 30 could talk to you about, drop a comment and yeah, just let me know. I'm around. Catch you around.